Know your opponents. We're like, what do you mean know your people? It's like you're making it adversarial. You know what? In business, like me, I'm in business, I gotta know my competitors. Only because I wanna know what they're doing and do it better and differentiate myself. Well, guess who your opponents sort of are, or your competitors? They're your colleagues, right? Because everybody wants to get promoted, and there's only a certain number of slots up here. So everybody's got their own agenda, everybody's trying to go up and climb that ladder, right? Well, just know what they do and differentiate yourselves. Not that you're ugly, but you need to know what they're doing and how they're doing their job so you can do it better. And then you can get that promotion. Timing, the sense of timing is important. You know, a good idea and a bad time is a bad idea, right? A good project and a bad time is a horrible project. So understand the sense of timing. And for me, that was very difficult because I was very impatient. You know, I want to get things done. I'm a type A personality. Just get it done. It's a great idea. Why can't you see it's a great idea? Especially me, because I was in a diversity role and I needed to make change in the organization. So I'm like, very impatient. I learned, back off. Slow down. There's a sense of timing in this company. Some companies are fast-paced, some companies are more slower. So learn the timing. It's part of understanding the culture. Emotion versus passion. For me, frankly, as a Latina, it's the same. Is that what passion and emotion is the same thing? I'm passionate, I'm emotional. I'm passionate, I'm emotional. What's wrong with that? Well, in corporate America, emotion is a bad thing. It is. They consider it a distraction, unprofessional, a weakness. Latinos, interestingly, consider it a strength. That we are emotional about things. We're passionate. We bring passion to our work, right? So how do we manage that? I struggle with it. Well, what I ended up doing is when I was trying to promote an idea or a project, or my team had done something wonderful, I was very passionate about how I was explaining that and presenting that. And I let that passion flow. Yes, we did it, awesome, blah, this idea is awesome, you know, I was very passionate. When I was angry or upset, and normally I would be up in the roof, you know, because that's my nature. Tame it down, because then it was, oh, you're too emotional. No, I was just being passionate about being angry, right? But, you know, that's just not what they want to see in that organization that I was living in. So I learned to adapt without, you know, changing much, but adapt a little bit so I would maneuver and not fall in the prey of being emotional. But it's interesting, Latinos, I think, struggle with that. I always tell in my coaching sessions with individual executives, I tell them to be passionate, don't lose your emotion because it's a good force, but channel it in the right direction. Don't let it be destructive. Stereotypes and preconceived notions. You know, I think women in particular have a double whammy. You know, we're Latinas, so we have the ethnic stereotypes that are associated with that group. And then we have the gender stereotypes that exist. And, you know, everybody has stereotypes. I do. Everybody's a human condition to have stereotypes and preconceived notions about other folks we don't understand. But you need to understand how those stereotypes affect the workplace and your possibilities of promotion. I actually have a seminar that's really fun. It's called 15 Common Perceptions and Myths that Latinos have, that non-Latinos have of Latinos. And the room, half the room is Latino and half the room is non-Latino. And we go, oh, there's that perception, and what do you think about it? And why do you have that perception, and what do you think about it? And all of a sudden, the perceptions are put on the table. And you know what? Of the 15 perceptions, we concluded that 7 were actually positive perceptions. They were actually positive stereotypes. And we should not use them or dispel them. We should actually enforce them. There were a few that were not positive that we needed to dispel. And then always have an exit strategy. Hey, that doesn't mean that you're flimsy, that you're not committed to your job. It doesn't mean that, you don't have stick-to-itiveness. Is that a word? I'm not sure, but I've heard that. I say having a plan A and a plan B. Because an organization, while it may be excellent, may not be a good fit for you, period. Maybe the values of the organization are not your values. Get out. Why stay in a position where you don't enjoy it, you don't like it, and the fit is not there? You're gonna be frustrated, you're gonna be demoralized, you're gonna be angry, and you're not gonna get promoted. So why spend time and effort and energy into that? Hey, with class, you exit and find another situation that's better for you. Corporations have plan A, plan B, and plan C, and when they gotta roll them out, they're gonna roll them out, right? So why can't you have exit strategy? But all the executives I coach, I ask, do you have an exit strategy? No. Well, have one. Have one. You may not never have to implement it, but you need to have one. What are you gonna do if you need to leave? You may need to leave maybe laterally to a different department. Maybe that's your exit strategy. That's an exit strategy. All right, on your terms, I'm ending, okay? On your terms, I counsel folks, my call to action is always be successful on your terms. You do not have to change who you are to be successful. And let me tell you something, 20 years, I'm a Latina and I'm a proud Latina. And I've used that proudly wherever I go. Because I believe that that's part of my brand and my executive presence. And I believe that that is a valuable asset to any organization. Because I have certain cultural traits that are valued in corporate America. Get that through your head. Let me tell you this, there was a research done in California. They surveyed Latina executives. And the thing they said was so painful to my heart because they said that they felt that their Latino heritage was actually detriment to their career. I was like, not me. Not me. That I encountered discrimination? Yeah. Yes, I did. That I was treated poorly? Perhaps because I was who I was? Sure. That my accent got in the way? That people said you talk funny, you must not be very smart? Yes, they said that. But that was the distinct minority. That wasn't my experience overall. Because why? I think big part of it because I was like, yes, I'm from Puerto Rico. Yes, I have an accent. No, it's not wonderful? Yeah, why? Because people want to pay attention to what I say because I have an accent. As an attorney, I'm a trial attorney. I remember winning one case, and we would poll the jury. We poll the jury when they come out, and I was the lead attorney. And my team was all white male Caucasians in the back, so they let me go and try this case for Exxon. And I was just like, okay, I'll just do it. So I went, and I had a really, my accent has been polished over 20 years, but I was 24 years old, just recently immigrated from Puerto Rico, so I was very, very, very strong, So I went and did my whole thing in front of the jury, I did my opening, closing, blah, blah. We won. We won the case. Well, we were like, wow, beginner's luck, whatever. So we were polling the jury as they came out, and we wanted to know, hey, what made you decide which way would you go? And you know what they said? All of them. Well, we just liked the way she talked. And because her accent was so strong, we were so intently hearing her, trying to capture what she was saying, that we were not listening to the other guy. So every time I would stand up and speak, they were like leaning in their chairs trying to hear me. Well, you know what? I was like, oh, okay, whatever. I won. I won, and I got promoted out of it. So my accent got me a promotion, not me.